What's going on, guys? It's your boy Wish You Luck, back at it again with another YouTube video. Today I'm gonna make a video that a lot of people have been asking for, and it is a class breakdown. So what we'll do is, if this video gets, let's say, 250 likes, I'll make another video of another class. Today's class is going to be the Warlock, aka the Warlock. And we're just going to go through the skill trees and why I use certain things and why you should use certain things for the Crucible and why I think these things are better than other things. So starting off with the Sunsinger, I always run as high as I possibly can get armor build, with as high as I possibly can get recovery build, because Warlocks are not the fastest class in the game with good reason. They push after their enemy has been tagged by a grenade. Rather, Sunsingers are. Firebolts, obviously I use these because they're arguably, if not the best grenade in the game. I use Focus Burst on my jumps because Focus Burst allows you to dash forward to give yourself some sort of speed, because if you're running this little bit of agility, you're going to need something to compensate for the lack of speed. So Focus Burst kind of makes up. You kind of jump up and then tap your jump again, and it'll push you forward. It'll propel you. I run Radiant Skin. Everyone always asks me, well, Wish, do you run self-res in Trials or do you run self-res in Elimination? Why don't you run self-res? And the biggest reason why is because self-res is extremely predictable. Everyone knows when you're playing Trials and you see a Warlock that their name is glowing gold, they're going to self-res. Everyone knows it. So you can prepare for it. What you can't prepare is for a Sunsinger to be in mid-combat and then pop his Radiant Skin and start throwing 12 Firebolts. So that's why I use Radiant Skin. I always have and I always will. Flame Shield, obviously a lot better than Solar Wind or Brimstone. These are very situational. Like, when are you going to actually need to push someone away from you? And how effective is that really going to be? And then Brimstone is, it reduces the cooldown of Scorch, and it kills enemies with Scorch, causing them to explode. I guess this would be really good for PvE, but not so much PvP. You're always going to want to use Flame Shield just for the bit of health, because surviving with 1 HP in the Crucible is extremely crucial. Arcane Spirit just adds to their armor and recovery. Viking Funeral is huge. Viking Funeral, in my opinion, is what makes the Sunsinger class so broken. This class would be so much more balanced if there was just Sunburst, Radiant Will, and then something else here instead of Viking Funeral. Because I don't know if you guys have ever played with a Sunsinger, but a Sunsinger without Firebolt, Viking Funeral is actually not that bad to play against. It's pretty fair, even with Touch of Flame on, because Viking Funeral just causes everything to burn for so long. Divine Order adds armor and recovery, and Touch of Flame, obviously, like I said, due to the fact that the Firebolt with Touch of Flame and Viking Funeral is, if not the most broken thing in Destiny, aside from like Shade Step or some shit. Moving on, we have the Stormcaller class. I run Arc Bolts because I'm not comfortable running Pulse or Storm Grenades. I kill myself a lot with Storm Grenades, and Pulse Grenades seem extremely useless to me as they are just tiny bubbles on the floor. For the jump, I use Focus Burst once again for the speed. For the actual super, I use Ionic Blink. This is more so to be a distance closer, because I don't want people running away from my Stormcaller when I do pop it. For the melee, Thunderstrike, I use Amplitude. I've seen pretty much every single Stormcaller in the Crucible use Amplitude. If you don't use Amplitude, you're not playing Stormcaller correctly. Amplitude makes your melee pretty much a sniper. You can smack people from some ridiculous ranges with it. And to backtrack real quick, the reason why I don't use Landfall or Superconductor is because, without, let's say I wasn't using Ionic Blink, let's say I used Landfall. Landfall would force me to run into a crowd of people to be effective with the super, It's essentially a Titan Smash, like a Titan Fist of Havoc. And I don't want to have to use my super in an extremely one-sided way. I don't want to have to run at people to pop my super and it be effective. And then Superconductor, I don't really see a point in it for the Crucible. Maybe in Control, maybe because there's 6 people, it'll chain further, but I don't see a big point. I feel like Stormcaller itself kills pretty quickly with their supers anyway. Going forward, Arcane Spirit, obviously, for the armor recovery. Feedback, I use feedback. Oh my god, feedback is one of my favorite perks in this game. Another thing that a lot of people don't know about feedback, aside from the fact that, you know, your melee hits for about 168 damage, is that the game anticipates your opponent's melee for you and will actually activate your feedback before you get meleeed. So feedback is supposed to only work after you're meleeed. So you get punched, then your melee comes back and it's like a super melee. However, if you're ever in a melee battle with someone and they're about to melee you, your feedback will proc if you're meleeing back, and you'll hit them for 170 damage, and it's pretty fucking broken. Divine Order, armor recovery, and Electrostatic Mind. I use this only because of Trials of Osiris. Sometimes we're going to need a super quickly, and when I run Stormcaller, I run Intellect Strength, max Intellect, max Strength, so that my super comes back as fast as possible. I'll go down into the little breakdowns of Intellect, Discipline, Strength after I'm done covering the classes. And then last but not least, we have the Voidwalker. Voidwalker, I run Axiom Bolt because it's extremely frustrating and makes people get out of corners. I use Focus Burst, obviously, for the speed. We use Lance so that we don't miss our Novas. I know a lot of people say, well, isn't Shatter better because you cover a larger surface area? I have a tendency of running Lance simply because I like to aim my Nova and put it where it should be. And Lance, Shatter, you kind of have to like hope that it floats in the right area. So, you know, I'm not an RNG kind of guy. It's why I use the Hawksaw and whatnot. Soul Rip. I use Soul Rip simply because, you know, your super is kind of important with Nova Bomb. I do switch between these two. I have used Lifesteal before. Actually, this is it. I'm making the fucking decision. We're going Lifesteal. Fuck Soul Rip. I'm deleting it. Okay, I can't delete the perk, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Lifesteal all the way. Voidwalker kind of became a healing class. Every single thing in the Voidwalker skill tree seems to heal you. You kill someone with your super, it heals you. Kill someone with your melee, it heals you. Kill someone with your grenade, it heals you. Like, it just feels like this class is a big red death. Arcane Force for the health, armor recovery. Why is my build so messed up? Okay, I use Annihilate. I don't know why Angry Magic was on. This is fucking awkward. Maybe I was playing Nova Bomb in a PvE thing. I think I might have been playing Nova Bomb in a PvE thing. So I use Annihilate, obviously, due to the fact that any explosion being larger is a good thing in this game. Divine Order, armor recovery. And then we use Embrace the Avoid, which means killing enemies with Nova Bombs or any grenade triggers energy drain and restores your health. Therefore, your nades, your melees, and your supers all return your health. So Voidwalker is a big healing class, super hard to kill. Now, for this breakdown, Intellect, Discipline, Strength, I'm trying to keep this fast because I know a lot of people aren't going to give a fuck after like 10 minutes. Sunsingers. Run Discipline Strength. You're better off having your Scorch melee and your Firebolts at all time. Stormcallers. Run Intellect Strength. Your grenades are really weak. You're better off having your super as fast as possible and your super melee as fast as possible. Voidwalkers. Run Intellect Discipline. Intellect Discipline. Your nades and your super are extremely vital to your class. Your melee will come. Don't worry, child. Your melee will come. Big reason is these two classes right here are so focused on their super, Voidwalker and Stormcaller, that is. They're so focused on their supers. Their supers are extremely strong. They're insta-kill supers. They shut down other supers. Sunsingers kind of have a really shitty super in the grand scheme of things. But that's it for the Warlocks. Warlocks are extremely good. We all know this. Everyone hates them. If you're a Warlock at heart, go into the Crucible with your head raised high. I'm going to catch you guys later on the next video. Next video is going to be Hunters if we can get 250 likes on this video. So if this helped you out, be sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. It's your boy, Wish You Luck, signing off. Peace.